Once upon a time, in the heart of the bustling city of Lagos, there lived a beautiful young woman named Amara. She was known far and wide for her grace, intelligence, and charming smile. Many suitors came to her seeking her heart, but she remained single, waiting for the one who would truly capture her affection. Among her closest friends were two women, Ifeoma and Kemi, who were always by her side through thick and thin. One fateful day, Amara met a man named Akachukwu. He was tall, dark, and handsome, with a voice that could melt the hardest of hearts. He worked as a successful entrepreneur, but what drew Amara to him most was his kindness and the way he treated her with respect. Akachukwu was not like the other men she had met. He made her laugh, listened to her stories, and always seemed to understand her in a way no one else had. Amara's heart fluttered with joy as their love blossomed. She confided in Ifeoma and Kemi, her two closest friends, sharing her newfound happiness. They listened with smiles, happy for her, but curious about this mysterious man who had captured their friend's heart. Amara, feeling a sense of pride in her relationship, decided that it was time to introduce Akachukwu to her best friends. "Girls, I want you to meet Akachukwu," Amara said one evening. "He's someone special to me, and I want you to get to know him." Ifeoma and Kemi were thrilled, eager to meet the man who had made their friends so happy. That weekend, they all met at a popular restaurant in the city. Akachukwu greeted them with warmth and a charming smile, and they were immediately impressed by his politeness and confidence. However, deep down, Ifeoma couldn't shake a feeling of discomfort. She noticed how Akachukwu looked at Amara with such intensity, a look that seemed almost possessive. But she brushed it off, thinking it was just the love between them. Weeks passed, and Amara and Akachukwu's relationship deepened. However, Ifeoma and Kemi began to notice small things that didn't sit right with them. Akachukwu would often send text messages to Amara late at night, asking where she was or who she was with. He would get upset if she didn't respond immediately. Ifeoma, ever protective of her friend, could see the early signs of possessiveness creeping into Akachukwu's behavior. She began to speak to Amara about her concerns, but each time Amara would laugh it off. "Ifeoma, you're just overthinking," Amara would say, shaking her head. "Akachukwu loves me and I love him. What's meant to be will be." Kemi too began to feel uneasy. She overheard Akachukwu speaking to Amara in a way that made her uncomfortable, almost as if he were controlling her choices. But she didn't want to cause trouble, so she kept her thoughts to herself. She just hoped that Amara would see the truth herself before it was too late. One fateful evening, everything changed. Amara invited Ifeoma and Kemi to her apartment for dinner. She had been acting strangely all week, distant and preoccupied, but the girls assumed it was just work stress. They arrived to find Amara sitting alone at the table, her face pale and her eyes red from crying. "What happened?" Ifeoma asked, rushing to her side. Amara took a deep breath and wiped her tears. "Akachukwu, he doesn't want me to see you two anymore. He says that if I truly love him, I have to choose between him and my friends." Kemi's eyes widened in shock. "What? Amara, you can't be serious. No man should ever demand that from you. We are your family." Amara's voice trembled. "He says that my friends are a bad influence on me, that they're trying to break us apart. He wants me to cut ties with everyone who doesn't approve of him. I don't know what to do. I feel so trapped." Ifeoma clenched her fist, furious at what she was hearing. "This is not love, Amara. This is control. No one, not even someone you love, should ask you to choose between them and your friends." Amara looked down, the weight of her dilemma sinking in. "But I love him, Ifeoma. What if he's right? What if I'm not seeing the bigger picture?" Kemi shook her head. "Amara, love should not feel like a prison. Love should make you feel free, safe, and respected. If Akachukwu truly cared for you, he would never ask you to make that choice." The night stretched on, and the three friends sat together, talking and consoling Amara. They promised her that no matter what happened, they would always be there for her. It wasn't long before Amara realized that her love for Akachukwu had become more about fear than about the joy that love should bring. The next day, Amara made the hardest decision of her life. She called Akachukwu and told him that she needed space to think. She realized that she had been so focused on the idea of love that she hadn't seen the warning signs of control and manipulation. Over the following weeks, Amara took the time to rediscover herself, surrounded by the love and support of her true friends. Ifeoma and Kemi stood by her side, helping her heal from the emotional strain she had endured. It wasn't easy, but Amara learned a valuable lesson. Never let love blind you to the truth, and never choose someone who would ask you to sacrifice your own peace for theirs. In the end, Amara grew stronger and wiser, and she vowed that she would never again let anyone, no matter how charming or persuasive, come between her and the people who truly cared for her. That's all from today's African folk stories. Remember, true love should never ask you to sacrifice your peace or your friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind you to always trust your instincts. Until next time.